Howdy, folks. Welcome to our preview. It's Thursday evening. It's just after 6 p.m. on a Thursday. We've got racing tomorrow at double header, actually. Strangely enough, we've got racing at Fairview during the course of the afternoon. Racing is on the Polytrack. And Nino Podesta has gone off to get his race card, I think. Race one is off at 12:45, and the last race going off at 16:50. And then, of course, the postponed meeting from Saturday, which was due at Turffontein because of all the rain, has now been postponed to tomorrow. It's a twilight meeting at Turffontein on the stand-side track, and the first race jumps at 2:50. The last race, there are 10 races tomorrow, so the last race will jump at 8 p.m. So looking forward to being out at Turffontein tomorrow. I'll be working with Lyle Cooper, another member of our Clock in the Gallop team. And Nino Podesta joins us to talk about Fairview. Nino, you just rushed off. Was it to go and get your race card? What were you rushing off to do?
No, I went to go get the Turffontein card to see what time the racing starts tomorrow.
10 to 3. Okay.
10 to 3.
10 to 3.
There is 10 races, you're right. And we've got a double header. And also we're looking forward to this also the cock running tomorrow, Bonnet.
Bonetti, yes. Yeah.
Bonnetti.
Well, I've enlisted Lyle Cooper to join me tomorrow. Today I had to fly solo. I'm happy to say that I had a good day tipping today. If people watch today's show, they'll be well pleased with the advice that we gave. But Lyle Cooper joins me tomorrow. And speaking of teamwork, a little birdie has told me that you and the Ghostryder have collaborated a little bit with regards to today's Fairview meeting, which I find particularly interesting, seeing that as a team, we're doing all our tips for next weekend, which I'll remind the public about. But that's quite nice. You've come up with a joint effort tonight.
Yeah, Nico, you know what? I found the couple of last races. I gave him a call and asked him to help me with the card. Yeah, and he obliged. And together we came up with a bipot that nearly made me fall on my back.
Yeah, I know you're not accustomed to spending as much as that, but we will have a look at that in the hope of catching it, because we did win our Take a Bet show today, and Neil and I worked out a bipot, and that was profitable. I think just short of 200% profit in our 72 Rand bipot today. So we're looking to capitalize on that for tomorrow. But Nino, I'm gonna before I put up your tips, I just want to remind people that you've got only 1 week to go to sign up for our Clocking the Gallop direct line. And we were talking about team effort. Well, this is a big team effort. All of us are involved in this, and that is why when you do subscribe to us, you'll get a sheet full to the brim of information that has been discussed, debated, thought through, and eventually sent out to you. And it works out at just over 60 Rand a race meeting, just over 60 Rand, because you'll pay 250 Rand and you'll receive 4 race meetings worth of tips. They start next Friday, the 25th, the 2 meetings at Fairview and Gqeberha, moving into Betway Summer Cup Day on Saturday, and then moving into the Kenilworth meeting on Sunday. So it's over 3 days, and it'll cost you 250 Rand. And there are the details. Please remember a couple of things. Firstly, when you do the deposit, please use your name and your mobile number as the reference. And then when you do send it through to us, your proof on either our email address or WhatsApp number, just please tell us how you want the tips sent to you, whether you do want them WhatsApp through to you or whether you'd prefer them email through to you. People have different preferences. So we're looking forward to that, Nina. I'm sure there's a lot of water under the bridge, because we'll get our cards early next week after the fields have been finalized, and we'll start cramming in study work for the 2 meetings on Friday, for the 1 meeting on Saturday, and the 1 meeting for Sunday.
Yeah, Nico, absolutely. And like you said, we're all getting together, and if it goes like it went today for you, I know you labeled Zarbomber and Eye of the Prophet today, and I did listen to your preview, and I thought you were brilliant.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We had peaked too soon. Let's hope we can keep it going till
next week. They say sometimes peak too soon, but you know what? We've been peaking for 2.5 years plus. Obviously, people have their off days, and we're not going to say we haven't had our off days, but the growing number of viewers that still come on board and the faithful support out there is well appreciated. And we have had, you know, I was communicating with a lot of stalwart supporters of ours over the last 48 hours, and I must say that they are well pleased with the results that they're getting from us. So that's great. We've got a great track record, but we want to improve on that. So let's go to your selections for the card on Friday. This is for the Fairview card. By the way, sorry, I don't know what happened there. By the way, just to let you know that Lyle and I won't be doing it very early tomorrow because it is a twilight meeting. We've decided that we'll do it sort of mid-late morning. So if you're looking for the Turffontein preview, tune in mid-late morning tomorrow, and you'll be able to find us there for the Turffontein information. I know Lyle studied his card. I had a word with him earlier on today, and he has looked at that from last week already. Okay, let's go to race one. This is a maiden plate. It's over 1,000 meters. And Nina, as I bring up your selections, you're tipping the first horse in the card. Tide is High.
Yeah, definitely. In this kind of a field, I haven't seen such a average field for a very long time, and I think this is a one-horse race, Nico. We've got to give the people some confidence, and they can start taking doubles with whatever horses they like in the Summer Cup or other feature races coming up. But I definitely cannot see anything beating this horse. Richard Fourie, Kelly Mitchley, that won the first race on Tuesday with She's a Kind of Magic. That is scratched here in this race.
Yeah, so that is a scratching. I forgot to mention because it won on Tuesday. It is a withdrawal now, is ineligible to race. Correct.
Anyway, very average field, Nico. One will win, and I think 3, 7, and 8 will run behind it.
Okay, so Tide is High is a confident selection to beat Peronzada, Nelly Bly, and Little Miss KJ, who's having its first run in the province, the ex Glen Cotson inmate. There are a couple of equipment changes quickly with regard to Little Miss KJ. The earmuffs are off and a compression mask has been put on number 8 in the first race. Just having a quick look at the price, it's 8 to 10 at the moment, but you're saying you can have a dip at it. So you might be able to get 9 to 10 or even a bit of even money on this Thursday evening. Okay, that's the opening leg of the bipot, so no doubt you'll be bankering that by the sounds of things. Let's go to the second race, which is a maiden over 1,900 meters at 20 past 1. And in race 2, that race is clear as carded. So your top selection here is My Guru, number 4 from the Gavin Smith yard. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. I think Gavin Smith's got a big hand. Nico, I think 1, 2, 4, and 6 will fight out this race. That would be a box quartet. But I'm in the camp of Gavin Smith with the 1 and the 4. You know, I don't know what order, but I think Gavin Smith will win it. And in the bipot, I've only got 1 and 4 in the bipot. Another very average race. Another maiden average of struggling horses, and you know you could possibly get a result, but I can't see anything besides those 4 fighting out the finish here.
Okay, Alieska number 1 is a daughter of Imperial Stride, ran 5th to the horse Rarotonga Rose, who's come out and won subsequent to that. I'm just looking at this field. It's very, very thin, isn't it, in terms of form? Yeah. Wow, it isn't a great field at all. It's the first time I'm looking at it. My goodness me. Wow. Okay, so 4, 1, 2, and 6. You're going the 2 horses though in the bipot, you say?
Yeah, the first 2 races well, the first race not so bad because I think 1 is a certainty, but the second race very thin, Nico. Very average horses, and you know, I'm going with with a 4 to beat 1, and then 6 and 2.
Okay, let's move on to the third race. Started the pick 6 at 5 to 2. It's a merit rated 68 handicap. This is over 1,900 meters. In the third race, no changes to report here. And looking at it, Young Nelson gets your vote for Zietsman Oosthuizen and Wayne Gqeberha. They seem to have partnered up for a couple in the past few meetings. Young Nelson, you're tipping to beat Crafty Heart.
Yeah, I am. It starts, the racing start, getting a bit competitive now from the third onwards. But I think now Mount Nelson has got a chance to win here. He ran in front of Kane Lime and Soda last time behind Elmer's Tower, and he is a little bit better drawn. He loves the course and distance. So I'm in Young Nelson's camp to beat Crafty Heart, Kane Lime and Soda, and then my boy Reese. Like, you know me, I don't think American Landing is a poly horse. I never took that horse on the poly. So I've kind of brassed it. So I'm going for 4, 5, and 6 to fight it out.
This looks like a tough event, and yeah, it doesn't look nice at all. I see a massive jockey strike, my boy Reese. Again, I use this phrase quite often. This is of biblical proportions, the jockey strike on number 9, my boy Reese, isn't it?
It is, and I tipped it forth. Maybe I should add it in the bipot. It's a massive jockey strike. But my only concern is that he seems to be better on the turf, and also a little bit better over shorter.
Yeah.
So I had the idea that the poly and the 1900 might be a touch too far for him. But on bleeding, he shouldn't have a problem, but he seems to not stay.
It's a very, very tough contest. As you say, you want to dodge American Landing. That's MX's one of his favorites. He tipped it last time out. In his credit, it didn't run a place, but it made up over 5 lengths inside the last 400 meters to run just a length and 3/4 behind.
Yeah, it did, but that horse prefers the turf.
Okay, so that is the third race, not the pick 6. I would load up in the pick 6. Wouldn't you load up in the pick 6 to not go out the first leg?
I definitely would. I wouldn't even attempt a pick 6, to be honest with you, but if I was playing one, I'd probably load up a lot of the legs and take a chance maybe later and take a percentage. You must also notice, Nico, that Richard Fourie, the stable jockey, has opted to ride Heathcliff in preference of American Landing or Vita Scooter.
Yeah, that obviously
also comes into the picture, but he's only just won the maiden. But in saying so, he did beat a horse, Global Gunner, that came out to win last time out. So the form has been a little bit frank.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's quite ready to take on this kind of a field.
Okay. No, I don't like that race. It looks particularly tough as we move on to race 4. I don't know whether it's going to get any easier, because this is a classified stakes for fillies and mares over a mile. And this doesn't look nice anyway. The 10 Country Flame is scratched, retired. So that's a non-runner. Let's go to your numbers here. You're tipping Miss Millstream, who seems fairly consistent since she's moved on to the Polytrack.
Yeah, she has. And I've just liked the last run beyond Duchess of Bernadette. She comes down 1. Duchess goes up half. She's 1.5 kilos better with Duchess Bernadette. So she's got to have a chance. I mean, here again, I think another very crappy race. But the Ghostryder helped me in this race, and we together came up with Miss Millstream. He quite likes a horse called Rosa Dorado to cause an upset. I wasn't in his camp there because I see that Louis McCox, the stable jockey of Sharon Cotson, is on Miss Millstream. So I went with that.
Yes.
Chronicles of Narnia, Nico, that horse, I see that horse running. It's long striding horse, and I don't think the poly is going to suit this horse. This horse needs the long turf track. So I've brassed that. So I've gone for Opulence. I think will run a big race over the 1600. Finishes as strongly. The last time out, the 1200 a bit short. I think he'll be much better over the 16. And then Duchess Bernadette, obviously you got to respect that. And my outsider is a horse called Orion of Address. I think that could cause a big upset.
Yeah, that's number 12. Blinkers
Number 12.
back on. Didn't wear the blinkers last time out. There was a horse that caught my eye here as well. Number 2, Demigod.
Yes, we put that in there.
Now, Demigod wasn't bad in Durban on the poly.
No, and if you can see in the bipot, I forgot, and actually the Ghostryder reminded me not to leave number 2 out. So we
Okay,
added
so
the
you
2 in.
put it in, yeah. I quite like that as an each way horse, Demigod, but I see it's only 4 to 1, so there's not much value with it. But basically, you're going wide, but you're saying for the value, maybe Miss Millstream might pull it off for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
That
price
is
is Millstream, Nico?
I just lost the page now, but I think it's 10 to 1. I think
10 to 1. Millstream.
I think you can get 10 to 1. I'm just going to have another look at it. Race 4, number 5, Miss Millstream is 10 to 1. So it's
And
10
Duchess
to 1.
Bernadette? What price is Duchess Bernadette?
Bernadette is 6 to 1.
Well, you see, that doesn't make sense to me. They shouldn't be so far apart. Not on the last run. She's 1.5 kilos better off for 1.5 lengths beating.
Anyway, maybe the fortunes of Clocking the Gallop supporters will shine brightly on Miss Millstream tomorrow in race 4, number 5. Okay, let's page on to race 5, where you are tipping the same number. Before we go to what that is, there are no changes in race 5, but your numbers here in the order of preference are 5, 3, 6, and 8, and you're going with Silver Stardust for Alan Creff and Richard Furry.
Yeah, the ex-Justin Snaith, another trappy race. The ex-Justin trained Silver Stardust.
Well, it was Justin Snaith, and then it went to Paul Peter, of course.
Did it go to Paul? So
Yes.
it's come from Paul Peter.
Yeah, it went Justin Snaith, Paul Peter, Alan Creff.
Oh, okay. So, you know what, Nick, another trappy race. Glass shoes, let's just go through the field. 3-year-old, just won the maiden, carrying 60. I think she's going to have a work cut out to beat this field. Bethel, I don't like. Psychedelic Eric, I give a chance. Silver Stardust, I think Verified is a big runner. And Great Melody, another one to add in your bets. So, in no particular order, 3, 5, 6, and 8.
Okay, the winners come from those. So that you're playing that flat, and if you were to take a jackpot, just 3, 5, 6, and 8 in the jackpots.
And 10. That's what I'm. And 10. Sorry,
and number 10. Okay, the 10 being Cool Runnings, who flashed up to win last time out at a big price. With Yuze Ramzan on board. Cool Runnings. Okay, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 10. Race 5. Moving on to the 6th, we go. That is at 20 to 4. It's a fillies and mares 72 handicap over 1,000 meters. And here, number 11, Blind Love. No blinkers. Take the blinkers off Blind Love. Let's look at it. Easy Living is your top choice. JP riding for his father-in-law, Gavin Smith. This is your top one, Easy Living.
Yeah, I like
it to do well on the poly, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's the thing. I'm glad to see it back on the poly. You can see last time out, she won with 60.5 kilos over the 1100. Then she ran on the turf and now back on the poly. But there's 2 horses that I like here. We can go short in exotics. I like Easy Living and Tipsy Tina. Very impressive after the maiden win. She won again. But there's a horse here that I'm going to add Quick Count. I've been waiting for this horse to come back over the 1,000.
Okay. That's number 8 from a good draw.
Yeah, the 1200. Just put a line through all the 1200 meter runs. He's much better over the 1,000. So those are the 3 for me, and I'm going 3 horses in all the bets.
Well, I see, looking at my screen here, that Quick Count is at 25 to 1. Now, I've got to say to you, last week on Tuesday when we did the show, you know, you give one best bet, you give one value bet. Sometimes you're successful in both. Look, the value bet didn't run too well. It looked very well, but it didn't run accordingly. But you made up for it and more when your best bet. Now, normally tipsters, if they go out on a limit of a best bet, they're tipping horses at evens and 5 to 10s and 1 to 3s. Something, as I've always said, that if I pulled my 2 sons out of watching the television right now and opened the race card, they would do. That's not what we're here to do. We're not to say that 1 to 3s and even monies and 1 to 6s are best bets. We're here to find the value and tip value horses as best bets. And by the way, on that count, well done to Neil Andrews, who seems to find the price boosters like they hot cross buns. You know, they're readily available these days. But I just want to say, well done with that victory of Mhlabeni, because you tipped it on Monday night at 4 to 1. You weren't shy to say it was a best bet. So regardless of what Zambak didn't do at 33 to 1, it was a profitable day if you took the best in the value bet.
Yeah, I labeled in Mhlabeni at 4 to 1. I got some slack from people asking me the horse is carrying 61 kilos, is worse off with Gold Rock, can't win. How can you? Well, it proved them wrong. But let me just explain Zambak. If you saw my selections, I actually tipped Princess of Fire to beat Redberry. I tipped the exacta in that.
Yes, you did.
I tipped Zambak third, hoping that in a small field at 33 to 1, it could run a place.
Yes.
I couldn't find the value bet on the card. And that, I thought maybe it could run a place. It's not, you know, but my top horses ran first and second.
Yeah. Well, I go back to that time that you took Winter Journey, didn't you? When we first started the Clock in the Gallop extra. Didn't you tip Winter? Was it not Winter Journey?
Winter Vacation.
Winter Vacation to 25 to 1. Anyway, we digress. You like this quick count. It's a big price, and that's your value bet for the day when we look at that in a moment. Let's go on to the penultimate race, race 7. That is the November Stakes over 1,400 meters at 4:15. And in the 7th race, number 3, Regimental, and number 5, Green Light to Heaven, both sport blinkers. Those are the changes in the 7th. I'm having a look at it. Your best bet on Tuesday was race 7, number 1, Global Drummer. Race 7, number 1, Mhlabeni. And your tip tomorrow is also in race 7, number 1, Global Drummer. We've got Gqeberha up on board.
I didn't realize that it's the same race and same number, but anyway, it's a coincidence. Yeah, I think Gqeberha has been asked to come down for this race. I really do believe that. And if you look at the form, 3 runs, 3 wins, course and distance, it's not been beaten. But also take note that Saltilus, 2 runs, 2 wins, also unbeaten over course and distance, and so is Fly My Flag.
Yes. Yeah.
So you've got 3 horses unbeaten over course and distance. I think Gqeberha has come down to bring the champ home for Gavin Smith, but he's got to push 5.5 kilos to Fly My Flag, and 4.5 to 4.5 to Saltilus, who are also course and distance specialists. But I'm giving Global Drummer another chance. I'm making that the best bet for me, and I'm going to banker it in all the bets.
Okay, well, you can get 15 to 10 on a Thursday night if you're backing Global Drummer. 15 to 10 is the price. You're tipping Global Drummer with Gqeberha. I think he's never ridden it before. I'm just going to have a look at that. No, he's never ridden it before. And Keegan, I think he only won 1 race today.
Gqeberha won with
the
Bomber,
After Hours and Tabomba, so he had 2
winners.
2 winners. So I think he's on 97 now.
This is already.
Yeah, I think he's on 97 or even more than that, but he's definitely closing in on 100. It'll happen in the next few days. Okay, so let's hope Global Drummer is 1 closer for him to 100. And then the last race runs at 10 to 5. It's a merit rated 72 handicap, 1,300 meters. And in the 8th and last scratch is number 5, Al Romiachi. Right, your top choice, Modern Magician, who's never run down there. The ex-Tarry runner, now with Gavin Smith. And it's Gqeberha again. Yeah,
maybe Gqeberha can ride the double ones, race 7 and 8. You know, Nico, if you go into this race and you take Modern Magician out, it becomes wide open. The horse ran second to Enfield Rocket, and I believe that's strong enough form to beat a field of this nature. So you either take a chance and you banker it. Was this with Sean Terry or was Mike the Cock? Sean
Yeah,
Terry.
Sean Terry, yeah. Sean Terry had it. Yeah.
And yeah, on that run behind Anfield's Rocket, surely it's got to be good enough to beat a field of this nature.
Yeah, well, it's carrying a hefty weight, 60 and a half. Not going to be easy for it. It's the same weight as the two on the road again, who's also having its first run there.
Yeah, but that was disappointing. That used to be with Candice Best.
That's right.
I know a lot. I know that also cost some people lots and lots of money. They punted it in Cape Town and at Durbanville, I think, and it's been very disappointing. But yeah, I suppose you've got a point. That just a draw, and the stable jockey is not on it. Where's Richard Fourie? What's he riding? Oh, he's riding the Secret.
He's riding the 3, and that was another one I was going to point out. I think that's got a chance, actually. Secret is Ours. He's a lovely grey horse. I think he'll go well here, Secret is Ours, in the last.
Yeah, well, then we have to load up. But I'm not playing the pick 6. So,
yeah,
you know, whatever happens.
Okay, but you took Modern Magician. I like a bit of Secret is Ours at 9-2. I think it's the ex Paul Peter runner. But you're going 1, 6 Soweto Rose, 9 Jean Paul, and 12 Raise the Red Lantern. I'd be adding in both the 2 and the 3 then if you're taking pick 6s there for race number 8, the last leg. Right. We're going now to your bipot. Now, don't fall over at home. If you are standing, rather sit before you see our bipot that we're taking, because as we said at the top of the show, Mr. Podesta has called upon the Ghostryder to assist, and hence the normal regular play of under 100 Rand is boosted up to, I don't know, did the Ghostryder win something that we don't know about, that he thinks that he's Rockefeller with the spending in that? I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, but he said he's been cleaning up on the PAs in Durban. So I don't know. You tell me.
Well, you know, he's been doing very well. His credit, he has been doing exceptionally well with the PAs in Durban, and his private tipping service is rolling along too. But I mean, he's spending you spending together 540.
Well,
this is quite a big purse.
Together, yeah, the firm was a bit smaller, but he added here and there and became what, 540 Rand. Well, there you go.
That's right. Yeah, banker number 1.
We're bankering 1 definitely. Second leg 1, 4, 1 and 4, Aliskia and My Guru. And I would actually advise people to add the 6 as well and make it let's make it big. Go big or go home.
Yeah. Elusive Jewel. Okay. No, yeah, that's Elusive Jewel you're adding there, the 6, yeah.
Third leg, we put in 4 Cane Lyman Cider, 5 Young Nelson, and 6 Crafty Heart. The next leg we've loaded up, 1 Opulence, 2 Demigod, number 5 Miss Millstream, number 8 Rosa Dorada, number 9 Duchess Bernadette, and number 12 Rhyme of a Dress. Next leg we put in 3 Psychedelic Eric, 5 Silver Stardust, 6 Verified, 8 Great Melody, and 10 Cool Runnings. And then obviously the last leg, only the 3 horses that are like, you wanted to add something there, but I said no, it's too much. So we've gone with Easy Living number 3, number 8 Quick Count, and number 9 Tipsy Tina.
Okay, that comes to 540 Rand, or 54 Rand 10%, and 108 Rand gets you 20%. The best bet of the day is in race 7, number 1, Global Drum. If you're backing it on a Thursday night, you're getting 15-10 about the favourite there. And the value bet of the day comes up in race 6, number 8, Quick Count, as Nino elaborated on that, at 25-1.
But quick, let me just, Nico, before you go, Quick Count, I just want to tell the people, Quick Count is not my first choice. I think it can run a place. So if they want to have a bet on it, places, not wins.
Okay, places, Quick Count.
It means it will be a bonus for us. But I think it can run a place. But like I said, I think Easy Living and Tipsy Tina are the 2 to beat.
Right, we've nearly run out of time. We have 1 minute 20 seconds. I want next week we'll talk more. So in 1 minute, 20 seconds, tell me your top 2 horses for the Betway Summer Cup next Saturday. What are 2 horses? And then next week we'll firm it up to just 1.
Well, I'll have to cut it down. I came down to 3, and all 3
Okay,
are
well, give
from
me
the
the
same
3.
state.
Give me the 3.
The 3 De Kock horses, a Sparkling Water, Safe Passage, and my first choice, Aragosta.
Your first choice is Aragosta, which was my first choice in the July before I switched to Sparkling Water, funny enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So
But
it's
I
Mike
don't
De
know
Kock.
the jockeys. I don't know the jockeys. I don't know the weights, because I know last year
Well, the weights
bottom
will
weight,
come out. The weights will come out officially on Monday. I can tell you that Muzi Yeri will ride Safe Passage. Samanga Kamala will ride Sparkling Water, and Aragosta's got a big question mark on it at the moment. We don't
no
have
jockey on the.
no, not yet.
What weight will Aragosta carry?
I think it'll carry. Oh, I'm not sure. We'll check up next week. We've got to go. Nina,
Okay.
thanks for your time. We'll speak about
All
the
right.
Summer Cup next week. All the best, and thanks for your input on this Thursday evening.
Pleasure, Nico. Good night.